My next guest is a very dear friend. He was in the UK, in London, for a long time, and he's now in the States. We have worked together in a number of capacities. He's the principal and founder of the British School of Excellence. He has had so many prominent, prestigious people walk through his doors, and they have graced our stage as well. His name is Philip Sykes, and Philip is really the master entrepreneur. He has been able to take something that could seem so esoteric to people, which is etiquette and manners, and actually normalize it so that we understand that we as humans have a responsibility to show up and treat people with kindness, with graciousness, and with respect. He is really cutting edge when it comes to understanding emotional intelligence and how we can apply it to our business as well as to our personal lives. Let's hear from him directly. Mr. Philip Sykes, welcome to the program.
What a joy to be with you, Dr. Jacqueline. It's been too long since we were on stage together, so to speak. And thank you for such a wonderful introduction. I hope you're not freezing too much in your neck of the woods.
Well, you might not have heard, but my apartment was flooded again last night. So we have no heat. I've got industrial heaters. But you know what? The show must go on, Philip. So I am here. And you are in nice, warm Florida where I moved from. How is it there?
Actually, not that warm. It's been around as people use the term in degrees Fahrenheit here, been sitting in the mornings around 45, 50, and then some days warming up to about 65. But hopefully today will go a bit higher than that. Otherwise, we're in for a cool week, believe it or not, for North Florida.
Well, make sure the dogs get their sweaters. That's always a big, important thing that people have. So, Philip, I'm so glad that you could take time out of your schedule, especially on a Sunday, to come and join us. I'd love for you to share with people about the work that you're doing. You have the British School of Excellence, where you've got so many programs and workshops. You've got something special going on in London, and you also have a beautiful podcast platform. Can you tell people more about who you are and how you can help them?
Wonderful. Thank you for the opportunity. Well, it gives me great honor to be on this incredible platform, especially to share the 4th reunion and the anniversary around this incredible platform. And again, I have to pay you huge compliments, Dr. Jacqueline, on your resilience, persistence, and not giving up on any level. I know it has not been straightforward. As for the British School of Etiquette, now the British School of Excellence, we've had an interesting journey. It's had some very strong highs and some very challenging times. And as you say, the show must go on. And that is what life is about. You know, every day that we get given is the first day of our lives, if you think about it. And at the British School of Excellence, this is not about pontificating or giving you areas to be proper, blah, 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 nonsense, hot potato in the mouth. This is what we call core life skills. And it's quite an interesting factor. Over the last year, we've been really trying to pinpoint our direction, or more than the direction, is trying to pinpoint the clientele, the base of the people who want to walk through our doors, and really find out what is their sense of urgency. Now, I know for all of us here, no one wants to walk in their shoes with a pebble between your shoe and your heel or the ball of your foot. You take the shoe off and you remove the pebble. It's frustrating. It's annoying to have a pebble in your shoe. And this is where I use this sort of similarity, is what we deliver and offer is, if you have that pebble in your shoe, in other words, you're looking for building confidence, wanting to get that career path moving, wanting to get motivated to get a promotion, wanting to have better relationships with people around you, or family or friends. Basically, it's what we focus on is creating dynamic, amazing human beings. If you really want to be in the top 1 to 2% in this world, what we deliver, what we offer, will give you those quintessential tools in order to help you step up. But that falls on you. If you have a headache, you go and take a headache tablet. If you cut your foot open, you go to the doctor and get stitches. We are in that business. We will solve your challenge. We will solve what you need in this world to elevate you in any direction that you want to go. And that's what we do here at our organization.
Thank you so much, Philip. I really appreciate you sharing that. So, Philip, as an entrepreneur, you've had quite a journey yourself. And so we're talking today about the fact that there are highs and lows when you own a business, and there are a lot of things that happen that you can't predict. So any methodology or strategy that you have when the times get tough?
You've got to keep reinventing yourself to Dr. Jacqueline, as you've done. There's no red carpet in this world. No one's had plain sailing in this world. So what I draw on is I surround myself with dynamic people, you being one of them, because we bounce ideas off each other. You and I have talked about many thoughts, and we've tried a few things that maybe didn't work the way we thought they might. The bottom line is surround yourself with dynamic people and people better than you. Have sounding boards, have mentors, have coaches. I take on a huge amount of personal coaching. I put a certain amount of money aside every year, which I can't pay up front. So I will pay it off over a tranche of time, but I make sure I get the best coaching I can possibly afford. And that pays dividends, because when you are set in your business or set in your career, it's often that we can't see beyond what's, within 1 meter of ourselves, so to speak, as an analogy. And we lose out on areas that we could be going down and focusing on, rather than trying to be, as they use the analogy, everything to all people. You've got to become very laser focused. You've got to put time aside to create personal and professional development. Because if you've always done what you've always done, you're always going to do what you've always done. And this, for personal reasons and for business reasons, I'm very, very focused on and open to guidance and steering. And I will find the people in my life that I will ask permission, and I say, how would you guide me here? What advice would you share with me here? And that is really how I have managed to really find those moments where I felt, even personally, rock bottom, mentally and emotionally, and get these people and friends and coaches to give me that amazing platform.
Thank you so much, Philip. I just want to say hello to Fred. We haven't seen you in so long, Fred. I thought I saw a comment from you somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Thanks for being here, Fred, who was one of our TV show hosts in the past. It's good to have you with us. Philip, you truly are global. The British School of Excellence is truly global. And so you have people from all over the world who are your clients. You've traveled the world. You've been a keynote speaker for some of the biggest brands in the world. What can you share with our audience who's looking to get into global capacity or keynote capacity?
Great question. Dr. Jacqueline, for me, it's about building your network. And that is attending networking events and functions that suit your level. For example, if there's hypothetically a $50 entry fee for a networking event, or $500, which one are we going to choose? I would save up for the $500 and go there, because you're going to get a higher caliber and capacity of person going to those sort of events. A. B, find your industry that's specific to where you want to elevate yourself and network with those people. I mean, LinkedIn, I think, is underutilized by a lot of people. I really do. What's the worst that can happen? You reach out to people via LinkedIn, you don't get a response, so you send another LinkedIn message, and maybe they respond, maybe they don't. Never give up. And again, when it comes to addressing these opportunities, never say no. If someone says, Dr. Jacqueline, there's an event going on and we would really value your input for 15 minutes. Could you give us your time? Is there a value that I'm going to pay me? No, we can't pay you, but you can represent your brand. Yeah, I'll do it. And you go out there and you present and you give it your all, you prepare, and you never know who's sitting in that audience ever. And that is where we have a fantastic phrase that you've been exposed to many times, Dr. Jacqueline. One person, one opportunity can change your life for the rest of your life. And that's because you showed up. That's because you made an effort. And the power of your network is your net worth. And this is something I'm really focused on. I try my best to keep in touch. I know, Dr. Jack, and you and I are sometimes moving ships in the dark, but we do make an effort to check in with each other, to drop in, for example. And that's the power of building your network and checking in with one another and finding out how you can help people and support people. And those are just a few tools that I would immediately share right this moment.
Thank you, Philip. And we do have a comment from Mark Thomas. Hello. Thank you. Hello to you as well, Mark. Thanks for being here.
Mark.
Philip, a question that I have for you. I know you have a set amount of time to be here, so I think this is pretty important. We see all over the world things that are going on, maybe that have never gone on, or maybe not at this degree, and people are losing it. People are absolutely losing it on social media. People are turning to violence and anger. And so you actually teach people about emotional intelligence and showing up with grace and kindness. What can you share with people who are feeling so out of sorts and so angry about so many things, even here about the snowstorm that they're not going to be able to get out versus a lot of other things that are at another level? What can you share?
Dr. Jacqueline, I truly believe that we are faced with a bigger pandemic than what COVID was. I know that for a fact. And that I put down to exposure to social media, to various news channels, to fake news. People are spending too much time attached to their devices. It's become a drug. It's become something they hanker after. They wake up first thing in the morning, and what do? They go to their phones. They're looking at their Insta, their Facebook, blah, blah, blah. It's all good and well to give this guidance and advice. Everyone's got a different rhythm and drumbeat to how they face the day. But it's up to us to put a structure and a strategy in place in order to develop our day, that we get not as affected, so to speak, by all this noise coming at us in every single direction. Right now, our concentration span is, if we're lucky, between 8 to 10 seconds. And I found out a really fantastic or interesting statistic the other day. Why are movies and series and adverts reiterating the point 4 or 5 times, literally what the plot is or what the outcome is? Because we don't have the concentration level right now. So we're watching a TV program and you're on your phone and you re-engage, or you ask your partner, what did I miss? We have forgotten to understand the power and importance of situational awareness, of being grounded, of really using the time that you've got with the people you've got without any distractions. Now, I was saying to Kerry, my wife, the other day, wasn't it incredible when you went to the beach together when we were growing up? We hung out together, we chatted, lovely Mark Thomas, who said hello there all the way from South Africa. We had connection with each other. There wasn't a moment of distraction, apart from maybe as a young lad seeing a beautiful young lady walking down the beach and eyeing out someone that looks really lovely that you could be attracted to. Honestly, jokes aside, we were so much more grounded. I'll never forget going on holiday. This is another thing we raised. If we went on holiday, we went down the south coast of South Africa to Southbrim a lot. My dad never was interrupted once by his company. 2-week holiday, he was senior managing director of the firm. He was untouchable. There was no one that could get hold of him. No cell phones. There wasn't a fax machine. There wasn't even a telephone at the beach cottage we used to rent. So people out there in this world, get off your social media. Parents listening to this, do not allow your children near social media or even give them a phone until they're 15, 16, 17 years old.
Thank you, Philip. So one thing I'd like to have you address, because you and I both have businesses that are on social media in some regard. So how do people temper how much they're going to watch and when they're watching, when they're not?
For me, it's about structuring your day. It really is, because procrastination, we all have it within us. And I was a brilliant procrastinator many, many years ago. I think I have a tendency to waver, but it's about structuring your day and giving yourself those areas of when you do engage with your phone and your social media. Same with business. Turn your phone off while you're working on a project, because inevitably the phone rings or there's a ping and you're drawn to your phone, and all of a sudden it interrupts your train of thought, it interrupts your workflow, and it might be something that is absolutely irrelevant, but all of a sudden you start thinking about it. Structure your day. Give yourself half an hour in the morning or after your breakfast, and then half an hour maybe at lunchtime, and half an hour in the evenings. And something that I think we're all bad at, looking at our phones before we go to sleep. That's TV. Any of these with the blue light and all these distractions is not good for our brains. We need to restore our brains. There's a fantastic Dr. Amen here in the United States of America. If anyone is interested in someone who can dig deep into our psychology and what we should and should not be doing, follow Dr. Amen. He is phenomenal.
Brilliant. Thank you, Philip. I want to, in our last few minutes, I want to talk about the incredible work that you do and the Train the Trainer programs and also the London experience. Can you tell our audience a little bit about these and how they can get involved? And then we'll bring up your website.
Certainly. Well, we had our first Train the Trainer live in the United States of America, North Florida, Ponte Vedra, Jacksonville, which was phenomenal. We had, I think it was 8 incredible powerhouse females in the room and 7 amazing women on Zoom. The Train the Trainer is not just a course to train people to be trainers. The Train the Trainer would be life-changing for anybody who wants to elevate their world, their lives. The Train the Trainer is delivered 5 days. It's a 6-7 hour day each day. It's intense. It's full on. We have incredible guest coaches coming in. For example, Adam Woods, understanding how to elevate yourself behind the camera confidence. We have Leanne coming in and taking you on a journey about your personality traits and understanding the power and importance of understanding one another's personality traits in business, in our relationships. And we really take a deep dive into the importance of emotional intelligence, the power of etiquette and manners, and how to present ourselves, how to show up every single day for ourselves, because it starts with us. In other words, the first thing we open up on Train the Trainer and we get people to write down is, I am my brand. And I'm going to leave people thinking about that, because ask yourself, am I my brand? How am I showing up? Because if you don't brand yourself, people will brand you. And then our London experience is just a phenomenal learning opportunity. It's an immersement going into some of the most incredibly dynamic department stores, not even department stores or shops that have been around for 9 generations in the same family, having coaching and training, experiencing exquisite English afternoon tea, going on the British Pullman train, which is over 100 years old, the royal family used to travel on it. It is just an opportunity to see something from a completely different angle. And while you're doing that, you're embracing every part of London and the outskirts of London, as well as understanding the power behind emotional intelligence, etiquette, manners, customer excellence, and customer service.
And I just want to share personally that not only am I certified by the British School of Excellence, but I was asked to present setting boundaries and asking permission, which was truly an honor, Philip. And I got to attend the London experience, and everything was top notch. So you and your team are doing an outstanding job. What you have done to take something that people think of as posh, not interested, you have made it a priority. So thank you for doing that, because what the world needs now is more of Philip Sykes and the British School of Excellence.
That's very kind. That's so kind.
You're most welcome. Let me share your website before you leave us today. Here it is. Tell people what they need to know and where to go.
Yeah, it's a brand new website. We won an award last year for being the most outstanding etiquette and emotional intelligence school in the United Kingdom. That was awarded in the United Kingdom. It's a website for you to learn from. It's a website for you to connect and engage with. We have an e-learning platform. People can download e-learning courses. We've recently just launched a subscription model, and it's a very low barrier to entry with huge value. The website will share with you all the programs and courses we offer, predominantly Train the Trainer. That's our core focus. We have just launched our 3-day Children Train the Trainer coaching program, where anyone out there who really wants to focus with children and teenagers, which, let's put it very, very clearly, are the future. They are the beautiful, gorgeous individuals that we can guide and steer and positively influence them to be better, amazing, wonderful people. And that training program for people who are doing Train the Trainer, who want to work and engage with children is launched and will be going live very, very soon. There are beautiful testimonials on there. You know, if I were to share, same as you, Dr. Jackman, you were the best at what you did in the world, no one's going to believe us. I think for us, we're very blessed with testimonials from all walks of life, all parts of the world. And it is a true honor to serve the world. It really and truly is.
Philip, I can't thank you enough for being here. It's so good to see you, and I'm so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished. For people who don't know, Philip and his family made a major move from one country to the other, and so now residing in the beautiful state of Florida. And I know it took a lot. It took years. It took patience. It took dedication and determination. So I really thank you, and I look forward to seeing what you and your team are going to be doing next.
Thank you so much, and have an amazing day. What an incredible job you're doing, and just keep that momentum and that motivation going.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.